Hello, everyone. Welcome to Metalheads Media. This is Dan Husingay. Thanks for tuning in. Today on this episode, we have Jeff Mozey, a jack of
Howdy.
all trades when it comes to the media, photography, film, man, a lot of things, but we'll get to that. So I want to thank you for joining us today. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, of course, of course.
All right. Well, I want to kind of begin as a little icebreaker. I got something I'm starting to start calling here a little segment called Fast Flying Q&A. I'm
Okay.
gonna ask you these questions, and I just want you to ramble right, the first thing off the top of your head.
All right.
All right, here we go. Beavis, Butthead, or Simpsons?
Simpsons.
All right. A kiss from a kangaroo or a goat?
Kangaroo.
Iced or hot coffee?
Ooh, iced.
All right. Battle zombies or vampires?
I gotta go with zombies because they're a little slow, usually.
There we go. Board games or video games?
Video games for sure.
Favorite
I'm a
one?
nerd. I'm a nerd. What was that?
Favorite one then?
My favorite game? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
See, now you're really stumping me, and
Right.
I gotta be quick. I gotta be quick. I play Fortnite a lot with my friends, so I'm just gonna say Fortnite.
Okay. Favorite childhood Christmas gift?
Um, we'll do the video game theme. Pokemon Yellow back in like 2000 or 99 or whatever that was.
Sweet. What gaming system?
That's for Game Boy Color, I think.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, yeah, way back.
That retro's coming back.
I know, it's popular.
Yep. Favorite movie?
My favorite movie is probably, um, let's just say, uh, let's just say Grind because of the nostalgia.
Okay.
Yeah, are you familiar with that one?
I am. Yep.
Yeah, Grind. Yeah, yeah.
All right. Perfect. Favorite accessory?
Accessory is probably on my keychains. On my keychain, I don't have it on me. I'm just gonna say it's like this little like tag of like my favorite show when I was a kid. It's called Cowboy Bebop. It's like this anime I used to
Okay.
watch when I was like 12.
Right on.
So it's just like this little tag on
Okay.
my keys.
Sweet. Okay. I love it. How about your favorite comfort food?
Favorite comfort food, man. I gotta go with ice cream.
Ice cream. Favorite kind,
Oh,
if you have
um,
one.
I am a sucker for cookies and cream.
Okay. Cookie dough myself.
Yeah, cookie dough solid or caramel. Caramel is also really good. I love a good caramel.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. So, how about favorite candy then?
Favorite candy. Well, with the theme of cookies and cream, the do I'm thinking the Hershey's cookies and cream like bar.
Yep.
I don't eat too much like candy bars now. Actually, I had a friend in Montana who just gave me some like Montana Huckleberry chocolate bars.
Okay.
Incredible.
Wow.
It's actually like just from some like small mom and pop company at Montana. I don't even know what it is.
Hey, those are
Really
the
good.
best.
So good.
Yep. Homemade is always the best.
Oh, I know, right?
Yep. Um, your childhood crush, celebrity
Oh,
crush.
childhood crush. So not now, when I was a child.
Yep. 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 Your childhood
um,
celebrity crush.
Probably Kirsten Dunst. Oh, my screen just turned off for a second. Hold on. What's going on?
Yeah, just
Hold
froze.
on. What?
No worries.
My camera's off. Hold on. Hold on. I don't know.
Hey.
Maybe maybe this computer's wonky.
Haha. Well, we're
There we go.
recording live, so we're gonna go with
We're
any glitches.
great. I love
Yep.
it. Hopefully it doesn't do it again. But
Yeah.
probably yeah, Kirsten Dunst from the Spider-Man movie, the original from like
Right.
with Tobey Maguire.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'd go with that one. Yeah.
All right. What's one thing you will not eat?
That I won't eat.
Yep.
I will not eat mushrooms. I hate mushrooms.
Yeah, just fungi.
It's like the texture or something.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah, I'm with you on that too. First concert.
First concert I ever went to was Jerry Lee Lewis and Little Richard when I was probably, I don't know, I was 7 or 8 or something.
Parents took you?
Yeah, my
Okay.
my dad took me around that same time though. I believe it's right after though, but I did see Aerosmith on the Nine Lives tour.
Okay. I
I
also
was
saw
really
that
young.
that tour was great. I saw that as well.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I was so young. I don't remember the exact years. Around the
Right.
same time though,
Yep.
you know.
Yep. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the best advice someone has ever given you?
Do what you love.
And who is that
Simple as
from?
that. Um, I think my grandpa's the first time I heard that was probably from him. I think he just said, "Do what you love to do. Life's short, and you know, do something you like to do." You know,
Yeah. All right. And last one. What is your biggest pet peeve?
ooh. One that comes to mind is when someone's chewing food and they're just like their mouth is open and you can hear it. That just pisses me off. uh,
How about chomping gum?
I'm gonna throw my dad under the bus. I think it started from him when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Even today, I think sometimes I'm like, can you like, you know,
Right.
can you
Chomping
like
gum too.
maybe chew a little quieter?
Yep.
You know. So we'll go with that one.
All right. Perfect. Well, let's dive into who you are. For anybody watching that's not familiar with your activities and what you do, um, tell us what kind of got you started.
Yeah. So with photography, which
Right.
is really where I started before any video or anything. I was in high school and I had a photography class, and I didn't like fall in love with it right away, but I knew I had to go to college and it was either graphic design or photography was one or the other. So I just picked photography, mainly because I hate math and there was a math class that you had to do with graphic design.
Yep.
And I said, nope, I'm doing, I'm doing photography. So that was really like what kind of first took me down that path.
Okay.
And I did 2 years at CLC, Central Lakes College in Minnesota,
Okay.
and during that time, I kind of got into shooting bands, and this has got to be 2010 probably.
I think yeah.
Yeah, 2010. That was probably the first show I shot was 2010, and so I kind of started getting into shooting bands, and then at the same time, I met a guy named John Aarons, and he owned a photography studio, and I started interning with him, and so over here I'm doing bands and stuff, and over here I'm kind of getting into the world of weddings and more traditional photography stuff, and I've just been doing it ever since. I still shoot bands, obviously, and
Right.
bands, and I still shoot weddings, and I do all kinds of anything really in the photo world. I really have done probably so.
Right. So, with starting with photography like that and doing bands, would you say that starting with the music photography has that influenced your portraits or weddings or any other kind of shoots that you do?
Oh, for sure. I don't know what specifically the crossover is, but without a doubt, I'm sure just over time, just getting better at the craft of photography, with shooting bands and vice versa. I'm sure shooting portraits in studio or weddings or whatever has helped me shoot bands in a way, and I'm sure it's gone the other way too. Um, I don't know. It's just I think over time learning lighting. Lighting is really huge,
Yeah.
and when you're shooting live bands, it's really difficult to you know with lighting because you don't know. You go to a show and you don't know what kind of lights they're gonna have.
Right.
Are they going to be white lights? Are they going to be just solid red?
Yep.
It's so
Or are they just going to be dark like Behemoth or somebody like that?
right, right. Yeah, I've been in all kind of circumstances with lighting. Sometimes you're like, this is perfect. Other times, you're like, this is gonna be rough. So
Mm-hmm. So, kind of on that, what horror stories do you have on any photo shoots or touring with the band or anything like that you might have done?
um one that comes to mind that happened, this is years ago now, but I was in a recording studio. I was kind of doing some behind the scenes photo and video for a guy, and my SD card in my camera just stopped working. It just completely, and it happened to be right when we were kind of taking a break. And I checked my bag and I did not have a backup. I thought I had one. I did not have one. Luckily, I called another photo buddy of mine who lived, luckily, not that far away, like probably 30 minutes or something. And I call him and I'm like, hey, dude, any chance you could run me an SD card? Like, mine just completely stopped working on me at mid shoot, and
Awful.
so lesson learned is to double check to make sure your backup is in your bag, because that wasn't good, you know.
No, that would be an awful thing to tell somebody when you're on site.
Yeah, yeah, and that's, and luckily I didn't even have to say anything. It was just,
Oof.
it was like we were all kind of taking a break, and I was like, oh, this is a good time for me to make a phone call,
All right,
and
right.
so I got lucky there. I've never lost any photos or footage. I've heard horror stories from other people. Actually, I was at a Vans Warp tour. This is, I don't know, 2012 or 13 or something, and another photographer was freaking out talking to me about how his card was corrupted and he lost everything from the day and he didn't know what to do. And I've never been in that situation, but
Right.
I guess
Yep.
that's why you have backup cards and stuff, and
Exactly.
but
Wow. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm glad that worked out for you, man.
Oh no, me too. Yeah.
So you've done the concerts, and you've also mentioned going on the road with some bands. Um, Tell me some stories about that. What bands have you gone on the road with?
On the road, the first band I went on the road with was a band called the Dolly Rots. They're like a pop punk kind of punk rock band. They're from LA. They were on Lookout Records and Joan Jett's label for a while, Blackheart, and I think they're currently on Wicked Cool Records. I'm still really good friends with them. I do some work with them every now and then still, but years ago I went out with them, and that was fun. Actually, that show was, it wasn't. I went to see him in Minneapolis. I was doing photos for him at the show, and they said, "Hey, do you want to just hop in our RV and just, go
What?
on tour?" And I'm like, "Let me make a few phone calls. Like, give me a second." So, made a few calls, and yeah, I hopped on the road with them for, I don't know if it was like 2 weeks or it wasn't like months or anything, but
Wow, how
yeah,
random.
it was random. Before this I did some other work with them, so like, we knew each other, so it's not like I was a complete
Okay.
random dude
All
to
right.
them. But um I wasn't expecting them to be like, oh, let's go on the road, and
No kidding.
so did that. And then last year I did a couple tour runs with Saliva um earlier in the year, and then the last one finished up, I think, in October or November, I think, last year. And this last one, it was Saliva and Austin John Winkler, who's from Hinder originally.
Okay.
But he's got a solo project called The Founder now. And I think Earshot was on that tour, and then the band Lilac was opening. And
Oh,
I ended up doing a bunch of photography work for Lilac as well when I was out there. But I have a handful of tours under my belt. It's something that I've only really recently kind of been doing more of in the last couple years. Um, but yeah, the tour is super fun, and yeah, we can go into that if you want, or whatever,
no.
whatever else.
Well, what's your favorite thing to do? Shoot concerts or go on tour or stay home to do weddings and portraits, or
Um,
do you like the mixture of both?
the mix is nice because it kind of breaks it up, and I am a little more of like a homebody myself, I would say. But but like when it's a tour or something, you just got to get it done and you're just on a job and you just got to do it, and I do love it. I mean, shooting bands and live music is for sure probably my favorite thing, you know. I mean, I love photographing all kinds of stuff, even for fun, like wildlife or landscapes or whatever. I mean, it's all good, but I personally just love music so much where it's like I can take both things that I really love and mash them into one thing,
Nice.
you know. I mean, touring's great, but I don't know if I would say I like it more than being at home and then driving to shows, so I don't know, they're pretty even for me,
Okay.
you know. Never thought about it before.
Gotcha. Well, the Saliva, how'd you get that connection?
So that one worked out because so I do photography at this aerial acrobatics event every year. I do, which is really cool. Eureka Aerial in Minnesota, and and it's usually I think girls from around the age of like 7 or 8 upwards to like 17. And they're in the air, they're doing hoops, they're spinning, and
Right.
awesome. And I was shooting that, and my buddy Spencer, it's his wife who runs it. So it's her business, and he was looking for somebody to come in and do like professional lighting. And somebody locally in the music scene in Minnesota suggested Josh, this guy named Josh, who happens to be the guitar player in Saliva. And, he's been with the band for a few years now.
Okay.
And, at the time I didn't know anything about him, and we just kind of hit it off. And, um, yeah, like we became really good friends, and him and I play music together too, and just through being friends and word of mouth and stuff, it just kind of was, hey, let's do you want to come on tour? And he probably gave my name to Bobby, who you know it's his band, who I guess thought my stuff was good enough to say let's bring this guy out and see what happens.
What a
So
what an amazing experience though for a
it's
national
cool.
band like that.
Yeah, it was. It's great. It was a great learning experience too, and it was a lot of fun. And so yeah, and now Josh he's actually going to move up near me. He's going to
Okay.
build a house near me, and so
Wow.
so now him and I will probably be doing a lot more music stuff together. And who knows? Who knows
Right.
what will end up happening? But
All right. So you guys got a
um,
little project going together and
yeah, we've been working on this band. It's a little hush hush, but
well,
we've been working on it for a couple years. We've probably got right now 5 or 6 songs that are fully recorded, and we've got 2 music videos that are done. We've got a third one that is almost done. So um, we're kind of trying to build it all behind the scenes before we kind of show the world what's going on.
okay.
You know,
All right.
so
I love it.
that's yeah. So hopefully in time, you'll be hearing something from that.
Okay. I love
You
it.
know,
That's
but
I'm excited to hear it.
I think you'll dig it. I think you'll like it.
Perfect. So touring with those bands or doing the photo shoot, what is one band or artist that is your dream that you haven't
Uh
gotten to work with yet?
to work with directly. I mean, I gotta go with my fave, which has been my favorite since I was 15 or whatever, which would be Green Day. I've photographed Green Day, but I've never got to directly work with them like one on one. That would be pretty incredible. Um, another one I'll throw in there too is Oasis. Would be cool. I like Oasis.
If
That
they
would
can
be
ever figure things out, get back
yeah.
on
Oh
tour.
well, they just got back
Oh,
together
they
not that
did.
long ago. Yeah, they played. They've been playing these like reunion shows, and I went over to Chicago with a few buddies, and we got to see the show, and it was amazing.
Oh,
But that's another band that would be great to directly work one on one with.
okay. Um, I kind of forgot to ask this question before, but working with
Yeah.
Saliva, and I also kind of noticed on Facebook that you did their music video.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So tell me about that. How did you get that role, get that gig, and just how was the experience working with everybody on that?
Yeah, it was great. So I've done two videos now with Saliva and one on each tour. So, um, first tour, it was, hey, we got this song. Hey, Bobby's like, hey, let's just have Mosey shoot a video while we're out here. And we were in Montana, and we shot basically that entire video for Crowd Goes Wild. We shot that one in a few takes at just a sound check, and just got different angles, ran through it a few different times. Let's go over here and shoot this, and then I grabbed a bunch of footage that I took from that tour and put it into the video with that like kind of live, rehearsal footage. So, and that worked out. So shot that video, and then on this last tour, I did a song called "Too Broke to Fix," and it's Saliva with John Austin Winkler from Hinder, and so yeah, that was a great experience. That was another one where it was kind of like, hey, let's shoot a music video tomorrow. We're gonna rent out this place for 2 hours, and and I'm like, like I'm kind of put on the spot, but I'm like, let's just get it done. So
Wow.
we like they find a place, we bring the tour bus up, and then like, all right, great, we got 2 hours. So I'm looking around and I'm like, all right, we could do a shot here, we could do one here, um and yeah, it was just we made it happen, and I think it turned out pretty damn good for 2 hours of footage.
Right?
So
I mean, times have changed. I mean, you hear about these 80s bands having to be on set for 10 to 12 hours just to shoot one music video,
oh yeah,
you know?
yeah, and I mean, because I've done videos, with the band I'm doing with Josh, and like for us, like those videos are full days. Like when we're doing videos, and it's just so I think this is, I guess the style with Saliva so far has just been run and gun. Let's just get it done and make it happen, and it works. I mean,
Right.
I think both videos turn out pretty well,
I
and
I think they are great. I've watched both of them and I think you did some great work there.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. So, now 2026, what is
Yeah,
in the future for you? What do you got on
2026.
deck?
Man, there's as far as band stuff, couple baby festivals that I'll go to do some stuff. There's a lot of stuff that is in talking, but nothing has been like officially set in stone. So, might do a couple shows with Saliva again, couple festival dates possibly. Other than that, stuff back here at home. I'm still doing aerial acrobatics photos. Um, Because of course nothing crazy exciting in the rock world. Like more weddings and more kind of that kind of stuff, portrait photography, and but yeah, I mean, just the photography and music, working on my own music and seeing what comes to fruition this year.
Awesome. Well, with all the stuff you got going on, where can everybody check your pictures, your videos? Where can they
Yeah,
check them out?
Instagram, Instagram.com/Jeff Mozey Photography, or my website, which is jeffmoseyphotography.com.
All right. Perfect. And they can contact you there if they should watch this video and have any questions for you.
Yeah, if someone wants to shoot me an email, I mean, you can send me a DM on Instagram or send me an email, go to my website, or you know, send me a text message. you know.
Cover our wedding. All right. Perfect.
Cool.
So you cover Minnesota. I mean, how far would you go for a wedding in the Midwest?
I mean, I'll go anywhere, really.
Okay.
And the farthest I've gone, I've probably done like a 4 or 5 hour drive to shoot a wedding.
Right.
But I mean, I'll hop on a plane. Hey, if you want to get married in Bora Bora, just pay for my
Please.
flight and I'm there.
Yeah.
Like
You'll just
you
sleep on
know,
the beach. You don't even need a room.
Oh, I know. I'm good. Like I just need to. I'll put a little sand over me like a blanket, and
Yep. That way you can hide. No,
yeah,
awesome. So, well, anything you want to talk about or cover that I haven't asked? I always like to have that question just to make sure.
yeah. Nothing I can really think of off the top of my head. Um, yeah. Think this was a great interview. I appreciate it.
Hey, no, I really appreciate you and your time and the stories and this new Hush Hush music project. I'm excited to hear more about that. Do you
Yeah,
know like when by the end of the year or
man.
you just
I man, I don't even have a date right now. I
okay.
wish I did. I wish
Okay.
I did.
I know how the
But
music
it's
business is like that. It's, hush hush.
right. Well, yeah, it's just like because it's not even just me. There's like you know a whole group of other people involved.
Right.
And I'm just like I mean, for me, I'm like one of the main songwriters of the group, and write the songs and send them over, and then it gets re-recorded in the studio, and so I'm kind of just over here,
Right?
until I get the word, so.
Yep. And
But
then
it'll be good.
and then on this project though, Josh is the vocalist.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Josh is Josh is gonna sing, and I am playing guitar,
All right.
and yeah, it'll be good. I'm
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it. It's kind of like Lincoln Park meets 3 Days Grace meets a little bit of Bring Me the Horizon, maybe.
Okay.
It's kind of throw a little pop punk in there, maybe.
Yeah, I know.
It'll
That's
be
your
good.
roots right there.
I know. It is. Well, it'll be good.
Well, with this new project, I guess, what is your musical influences? I mean, to play the guitar with this riffs or solos.
Yeah, well, with this project, I mean, I'm definitely diving back into, in my opinion, for like the genre style we're playing in. I mean, the kind of top artists for me who've done it the best are, yeah, 3 Days Grace. I'd say Papa Roach. Um, we could put oh, who else would I throw in there? Of course, Linkin Park. There's just those core bands from like the earlier mid 2000s that I think just did it better than so many others. So definitely a big influence for this project, I would say,
Okay.
are coming from like, that style,
So,
that era of music,
yep.
but we're not trying to sound like, it's not like, oh, we want to sound like we're from 2003. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
I mean, part of me thinks that's cool, but
Hey,
you know,
good music is good music. That's all it is.
right?
So,
I totally agree with you.
and it is kind of unfortunate where music sometimes has to get pigeonholed into a certain genre because then I think it limits the fan base.
Oh, totally, totally.
So,
Because with this project, I mean, we have one song that's pretty heavy. They're all really catchy songs, but we have like a heavy song. I mean, we are working on one right now that it's a straight up pop punk song. So we got some kind of radio rock. We got heavy stuff. We have pop punk. We're kind of just doing whatever we want as long as the song is good.
right.
We're not really being like, well, this sounds too much like this, and we're just trying to write good music.
Now, if you get some rapping in there, you can be like falling in reverse. Get some.
It's Josh did mention doing a song with. He did, He's like, we need a song where I can do some rap on it, and so I don't know. We'll see if that happens.
Yep.
But hey, as long as if it's good, and it's good.
Like I said, good music is good music in my opinion. I remember growing up, I was so pigeonholed in what I wanted to listen to. I'm so glad that I branched out and explored all this new music.
Oh
So,
yeah, I was the same way. I mean, it was high school for me, and if it wasn't punk rock,
right,
then I wouldn't even give it a chance. I was so like in that that lane where if it wasn't somewhat punky or pop punky or whatever, I wouldn't even give it a shot. Now it's like, oh, oh, that band from, the 70s is actually pretty sick or whatever,
Yep.
I'll have friends show me, I'm like, oh, who's this artist? That's a great song,
Right.
because great, there's great songs in every genre. I mean, there
Absolutely.
are, so I really think limiting yourself to one genre style and saying everything else sucks because it's not metal or punk
Yep.
or whatever is probably not the way to go.
Guilty, 80s hair
Oh,
metal, as you can see, Poison. But
hey,
I also love Avenged Sevenfold.
yeah,
I got some Slipknot stuff back here.
see, all of it's good. All of those bands have great songs.
Yep.
And they're all kind of different. You
Yes.
know,
Agreed.
so I'm with you on that.
Sweet. Love it. Well, that's kind of all I have here. Um,
Cool.
Again, I just really appreciate your time with answering all these questions.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Thanks for having me do it.
yeah, and when you got more projects coming up and things are announced, we'll have to get you back on here.
For sure. Yeah, that'd be fun to talk about the music stuff once
Yeah.
I'm able to have more information.
Yes. So we can just now focus on one thing rather than all the
Oh,
the
right.
projects
No,
that
yeah.
you're doing.
I know. That'll be good.
All right. So, well, Jeff, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Cool.
Everyone, thank you for watching. This is Dan Husingay with Metalheads Media. Thanks for flying with us. God bless. Cheers.